Dan, take it away.
Welcome, guys, to BlizzCon 2011. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. How you doing, brother?
I'm finally on the main stage of BlizzCon. You guys having fun?
Yeah, I know we haven't been out in the audience very much yet, but those of you that we've gotten to meet, it's been a real treat. You guys are so sweet and so kind. We love BlizzCon. We love coming down here and doing this stuff for you guys. But let's go into our game here. These two players, Artosis, tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they aren't really that well known. We have King JazBas. He's an Australian player against ToodMing, the Chinese player. ToodMing was actually a very high-level StarCraft 1 Chinese pro gamer, a very aggressive Zerg. And I think we're probably going to see that out of him here again. He's actually already knocked Rhett down to the loser bracket from the winner bracket, and that means he has to be insanely good.
You know, it's really interesting. That video we were seeing, it's absolutely true. The Chinese esports scene is growing like crazy. We've both been to China. We've been there twice now. And I got to say, it's going to be out of control. They're definitely going to be real leaders in esports coming up here. Artosis, basically I'm ready to start this game. I'm really excited. Are you guys ready? Actually, you guys can do better than that. Can you guys really make some noise? All right, that's really good.
Well, we are starting it up. I cannot wait to see how good JazBas is. He actually knocked out my little nerd, 6x Terran.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. He must be really good, man. So
yeah.
Could be a very nice match coming up.
All right, guys, and I will be doing the observing for this game, so hopefully we can do a good job with that.
You're the best, Tasteless. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you flatter me. All right, over here in the center left starting location, we have our Zerg player. Make some noise for King JazBas. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the map, in the red, another Zerg from China. Make it up for Panda Team.
Of course, that
also
is
known as
team.
ToodMing. So he's using the ID Panda Team.
That is his team from China. You know, this is a real underdogs match. No one really looked at the bracket and said, oh, these guys, these are the guys. But they are kicking ass. I mean, so far between them, they've almost beaten MVP. That was ToodMing, who only went down 1-2 against him. No one expected MVP to lose the game to anyone aside from maybe Nestea. So that is huge. Knocked out Rhett, as well as JazBas. He took a game off Sen, if I recall correctly, and also knocked out Terran. So these are two very legitimate players, and one of them is going to get pretty deep.
And, the truth of the matter is established as some of the players we have down here, for instance, Nestea or MVP, there is always going to be that dark horse player in a tournament who's going to start rising up, and people are saying, wait, who is this guy? Is he just that good? And, one of these two players might be the next StarCraft 2 superstar.
Well, we will see. We see it is ZVZ cross positions on Shattered Temple. So, ZVZ, we all know all about this matchup already. It can be a lot of Lings and Banelings. It can go into a lot of Roaches. And if you're Nestea, you might go ahead and make some Mutas. Yeah,
it's if they do go Zerglings and Banelings, the matchup can become pretty volatile with a very unforgiving situation where one Baneling can ultimately decide the winner of the game. The Roach approach, if you do get to that point in the mid-game, is a little bit, I wouldn't say, it's a little bit safer. It's a little bit more stable. But we'll have to see. A lot of it will just depend on how they opt to open up in this game.
Yeah, well, we already see ToodMing taking a very aggressive stance, making a lot of Zerglings with no gas. What he's trying to do here is catch a hatchery first build. If he catches that, he can really punish his opponent, and of course will start droning behind the Zergling attack.
The spawning pool is finished, but there are Chinese Zerglings headed this way right now, going towards King JazBas' base. He's going to have to get that queen out as soon as humanly possible. The Lings now coming in, getting close. The drones, essentially nothing there to protect them. And it looks like one drone will not go down.
Oh, nice save right there. Zerglings running back, getting a drone. They do take a lot of damage, though, and a couple Lings are popping out. JazBas making 4 more, but there's 8 Lings out for his opponent, and he's going to want to stall till the queen is out to help.
All right, the Zerglings coming in and out of here. So far, really nice control from King JazBas. I think he may have overextended there with those drones. Remember, guys, even if he's not losing drones, those drones aren't mining when they're being forced to attack. And although that's only a few seconds, StarCraft 2 is a game like that. It's a game where you get a few seconds behind, and that can turn into, a few minutes.
Well, I am liking the way JazBas is playing right now. He's making a few more Zerglings to make sure he has the lead on those. Also getting speed, and as speed finishes with a higher amount of Zerglings, he's going to be able to control the entire map.
Okay, the Zerglings now retreating. They're going to go up the ramp. The Queen now coming down here to try to help defend. The Queen is a little bit more bulky, so it's useful to try to block the ramp with the queen. And it looks like King JazBas now going to have to turn around, although he does have map control.
Well, JazBas making a lot more lings and a Baneling nest, starting to pick and prod at this ramp, see if he can kill off some Zerglings, but probably better as he sees to hold off and wait for that Baneling nest to finish up.
All right, the Zerglings over here with the queen continuing to defend. And, of course, I believe, yes, there is a second queen over here inside the main. So he is not missing out on Larva and Jex. This is not destroying his economy as much as you would think it is.
And I got to say, I like how ToodMing's playing there, but look at this JazBas running by, getting great surface area right now. And, oh, my God, JazBas going to easily take out one queen. It looks like the other as well.
And the queen goes down. The tables have turned now. And, yes, Shrubs can either keep being aggressive or he can even back up. A lot less Larva Techs coming out here now. King JazBas doing so much damage. The Spine Crawler completes. But is the Spine Crawler really in the best position? I don't think so. Baneling on the way, and it's going to finish.
You don't want to just suicide that onto two Zerglings. You want to hit as many as is possible.
He's not stopping, by the way, guys. I think this game might end pretty quickly here.
Yeah, he's deciding that they are going to figure out who's going to win this game. ASAP, that Baneling's still not going off. Great control by JazBas.
Nice denial of one Baneling there. But again, there's just more presence of Zerglings over here. He is committed. And remember, the Spine Crawler not exactly in a position to defend the drones. The Baneling's now maneuvering around.
Oh, nice micro right there by our Chinese player.
The queen can block. The queen can block here.
Beautiful placement of that queen. The two Banelings still doing nothing, and now he's going to target it down. Well,
that must have been a miscontrol there. Actually, the Baneling turned around. That was a little strange.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. And JazBas does get defended. It looks like he is not going to end up doing as much damage as he had hoped. Both players sitting right around 16 drones, and the game is pretty even, but I like ToodMing's stance. You know, he's going to have that Roach Warren up pretty quickly, and then Banelings are going to be almost useless.
We have more Banelings morphing here. He's got to be careful. If he hops up that ramp and loses those Zerglings, it's going to be bad news. Now, here's a little technique for those of you who aren't really familiar with StarCraft 2. It's very common to send one or two Zerglings in here to try to kill the Baneling because the Baneling isn't cost effective. The Baneling wants to kill like a dozen Zerglings or something like that, and that's how you get a lead. So it's a lot about just trying to protect the Banelings, trying to escort them across the map so they can do the damage they need to do.
It is a deadly dance, Tasteless. And right now, ToodMing looks like he wants to perhaps go down and expand, moving that Spine Crawler down, bringing a drone as well. He's already pushed out his creep. And the Roach Warren is going up for JazBas, who is continuing to make more Zerglings. So I think JazBas may decide that he still wants to end this game early.
Yeah, he looks like he's committed here. There's no expansion hatchery, as you said. Now look at this. He's hiding Zerglings over here to counterattack the main, potentially. So he sees these Zerglings now. And, yeah, that has triggered these Zerglings to come in here. So King JazBas is in for a surprise. Let's see if he can defend.
Uh-oh, he is in a lot of trouble. Has 3 roaches making, but nothing else but a queen and drones to defend. Beautiful placement on that queen. The drones doing a great job stalling out these lings until his own lings get back. And JazBas is just looking so smart here today, Tasteless.
Yeah, he's looking solid right now. Really able to deflect whatever ToodMing is throwing at him. The hatchery is almost complete, I have to say. Our Chinese player, ToodMing, he's in a pretty damn good position. I mean, he's heading supply. His economy is about to get really good. And King JazBas, his answer to that is to just try to play catch-up. He will be playing from behind. He will have to really outmaneuver his opponent, outthink his opponent, to get back into a lead in this game.
Yeah, starting your expansion as your opponent's expansion is finishing is never a good thing, especially in a mirror matchup. His opponent's going to get way ahead on those larvae. In fact, already 2 drones up, and that's just a huge difference. If you have just a few more drones, you'll be mining much more. He has the extra hatchery. He'll have more larvae. He can just get an overwhelming advantage if he plays this just right.
Here come the lings now, the roaches. There to deny. That was actually much more of a peek, if anything. The lings kind of coming in there, seeing how many roaches are actually there. It is not uncommon to put just a few up in the front and then hide the rest back on a location like this. Meanwhile, we have that was a scouting overlord.
Ooh, and he canceled the lair. So what this means is we are going to see a timing attack here out of our Chinese player ToodMing. He let the overlord come in, see that he was teching up. Whenever you're teching up, it's going to cost you a lot of resources, so you're not going to attack anytime soon. If you cancel that, that means that you're going to use all those resources into something else while they have the wrong information.
You better block the ramp here. All right, the Zerglings are not going to get any information. Getting a drone is nice. Oh, my God, he's going to see. He's going to see. He's going to see. He knows, and that sucks. for ToodMing.
Well said, Tasteless.
Yes.
That definitely does indeed. Right now we're going to have to see JazBas actually go into defense mode. We do have a ton of Zerglings on the way for ToodMing. Looks like he's decided he has enough drones. They're both at 28, so it's going to be very, very close. They have very similar economies, but ToodMing's supply is way up there, 75 against 53.
He's moving in here. There are Banelings, but again, Baneling's not exactly that great against Roaches. He's going to have to get back here. He has a few more Roaches on the way here, about 4 of them. He's moving forward. The Banelings, how much damage will they deal? Oh, he's actually sniping some of them down. Uh-oh.
Oh, man, JazBas just does not have enough units. He has 5 more Roaches about to pop out, but that won't be enough. And GG. Wow.
Damn.
I have to say, Tasteless, I was actually really impressed with both players there. They both played a beautiful game. But at the end of the day, ToodMing's longer amount of experience, he's been playing since StarCraft 1 at a high level. It paid off.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how flexible he was in that game. He's put in one situation, the scouting overlord gets in there, and basically his plans are given away. And then from there, he immediately cancels a layer, and he shifts gears into a totally different strategy. And then that gets spotted by Zerglings, and he shifts into yet another situation. So it was a really impressive sight to see. We're going to get this game up and running as soon as humanly possible. So, guys, have any of you been able to manage to see the GSL at GoHum TV? I said that. Some of the people in the audience look at me and nod. I'm like, no, you're supposed to make noise when I do that.
You just nod back to them?
I looked at somebody over there. He's like, yeah, I do. Okay, so we're going to get these guys in the game, and it should be pretty exciting. Are we having fun, everybody?
They better be, Tasteless.
They better be.
It's BlizzCon. If you don't have fun at BlizzCon, then that is, how do you ever have fun?
I don't know, man. You're messing up. All right, we just need to get